In this video, I want to talk about liquidity, okay? The first thing that you need to realize and understand is that everything you do, and it doesn't matter what market you're trading in, everything you do is a buy or a sell. So it doesn't matter if you are buying into a position or taking profit. Whatever you did to get into that winning position, you got to do the opposite to get out. So if you sold, you're buying when you're taking profit. When you buy, you're selling when you're taking profit. Okay? When you have a buy stop above equal highs, when you're buying into the position, someone's selling it to you. When you have a buy limit, maybe you're doing a break and retest, right? It breaks these highs, you're going to get in when it retests. When you buy, someone sells it to you. If you are selling your position, okay, you sold, and the market comes back and takes you out, guess what? You bought back your position. Okay? When the market goes up a lot and it's causing a bunch of people who are trying to short that market to margin call, just causing them to sell because they don't believe that the market's going to be short anymore. Okay, well they were shorting, so guess what they have to do? Buy back their position, and that only makes things go up higher. Okay, a nice little short squeeze. And so what I mean by that is you as a trader need to understand where this liquidity in the markets that has not been created yet on candlesticks is. Okay, and what I mean by that is, if we were looking at this right here, where would the liquidity be? Well, the liquidity would be here, okay, because people sold, okay, and so their liquidity is right here. I like to identify where liquidity is with a dollar sign, and then when that liquidity gets grabbed, I like to delete the dollar sign and put an X because that lets me know that that liquidity has been grabbed. Okay? And so when we're looking at something like this and people are selling in here, well, guess what? What do you do when you're in profit? Maybe you adjust your stop loss. You change your stop loss to break even, or you don't adjust it at all and you just keep it somewhere up here. Okay? That's the point that I'm talking about where liquidity builds up. So, for instance, if we are looking at these candlesticks and say this is a down candlestick that's going bullish, and this was an up candlestick that's now going bearish, well, these wicks, people's eyes naturally go here. So guess what? A stop loss will be here. A stop loss will be here. And so 9 out of 10 times the market will go towards the stop loss. The market will go to where a lot of liquidity is sitting. Write this down. Okay, keep this quote in the back of your head always. The market will run towards where it's going to hurt the most people because that's where the most of the liquidity is. So the market is going to go towards it's going to move towards the direction that hurts the most people. Okay? And so information is controlled. One of my mentors said this a long time ago when I was listening to his videos, and he said, the market does not move through magical lines and shapes. Okay? Mark Douglas is an amazing, amazing mentor. But, he says if the markets don't move off of your lines and magical shapes, then why use them? Why would you trade off the way that you're told that is popular ways, and you can go on Google yourself, Google Forex reversal patterns. When the masses is memorizing a certain way to look at the market, chances are they're all duplicating the same areas for liquidity. So their stop losses are bunching up in this area. But what's so special about, a pattern like this or a pattern like this, an M top, your double top, your M shape, pattern like this, your W, your double bottom, okay, is we can argue all day. This is obviously is a winning trade. This obviously is a winning trade. If you shorted here or bought here, fine. Okay, I'm not here to dictate any of that. I'm here to open your mind of where liquidity sits, and the masses trades W's, the masses trades M's. When they're in profit, they change their stop loss to break even. Their stop loss is above the double top, below the double bottom, and also break and retest traders. People put buy stops above here, sell stops above here, because if this gets broken, this is newfound support, broke through resistance, think it's going to go higher, think it's going to go lower. And the thing is when there's a ton of liquidity that bunches up together, big money will dive into that to go shopping. One of the quotes that we like to use is, "Where's the money?" Where is the money? The same thing as this pattern over here. I like to believe that when there's a obvious wick, there's a lot of liquidity there. Versus if the market comes down and trades into it slowly and then reverses, and these are going to be all bodies, no wicks, or mostly bodies, no wicks, something like that. This means that this liquidity is captured. Okay, a body. Okay, when you're looking at candlesticks, opening closes on bodies means there's a lot of trading going on. When it's all wicks, there wasn't a lot of time trading there. Okay, so chances are that now that the masses sees a wick, because psychology wise, no one believes the move to be true until it does it. Okay, until you can actually see physically a candlestick in that area, no one believes to be true. So now that there's been a wick created, now they can see it, they'll use it, and chances are a lot of people will look left and put their stop above and below an obvious wick. And I mean a super obvious wick. Okay? And so this lesson right here is to be able to identify liquidity, because we like to use liquidity just like the big players do to get our positions. And that's why these positions that you'll see, like go and back test it. When big money gets behind a move, they poke through liquidity and then moves. So they'd poke through here and price would move that way. They'd poke through here and price would move that way, because they have to trade in this way. Big money has to trade in this way because this is the only way they can get their orders filled and have a great price average in their price. So find the liquidity. This is where big money trades in the way they do, and this is why we like to trade in these accumulation distribution patterns when they take out liquidity, and we trade here. But you'll find out more of that in the lessons to come. And then also same thing with these rising wedges, falling wedges, triangles. When price bunches up and does nothing, it's getting ready to make the move. Liquidity, liquidity, just like that. Okay, we want to be prepared when the markets are winding up. We want to know that liquidity is being formed so much, and we want to be patient. Okay, and so one more quote before I show a couple examples. Pay attention to the clean side, not the dirty side. When we're looking at this example right here, think about it. Where's the clean, easy side to trade on? Here. Where's the hard side to trade on? Here. Think about how many lows are broken. The price does this. and then sweeps it all, snags all of this liquidity, and then goes, chances are coming up to break that and make newer highs. Okay, so clean side, dirty side. We want to be on the harder side to play on because that's where the liquidity sweeps are, and that's what the direction will continue into. So up. Okay, and then so a couple examples just on this pair alone. Think about liquidity, where liquidity would be. And notice how price dips into it. Think about where liquidity would be. And notice how price goes into it before the move. Okay, and so, that would be the biggest thing to really back test. Like before the market actually moves, does it rate a high, rate a low? Because this is where lots of stops would be. This is where lots of liquidity would be so that big players can fill their orders. Big players can fill their orders. And I like this example just off the top of my head for when the market was building up liquidity for a breakout in a wedge form. Right? Notice how the market breaks the high, breaks the low, and then makes the move. Okay, and so remember, the markets will hurt the maximum amount of people. They're controlled in a way to do this because large money needs help filling their orders. Okay, so stay safe out there. My name is Jordan.